Well, hello everyone. This is Sherry Stevens, the CEO of Women's Executive Network, and I have with me here today Daisy Wright. Daisy is an award-winning certified career coach, a chief encouragement officer, and who doesn't need encouragement these days, right, Daisy?
We all need it.
Exactly. And Daisy is also an entrepreneur, owns her own business, The Right Career Solution. Daisy partners with mid-career professionals and emerging leaders to help them find satisfying careers. Daisy is also the author of two books, including the Canadian bestseller, No Canadian Experience, a career success guide for new immigrants. Daisy is also a WXN vetted master coach, and on March 6th, she will lead our first session of our 10-session Boldly Forward Leadership Learning Series. Daisy's session is titled Bold Like the Bumble Bee. Welcome, Daisy. We're so glad to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I am excited and ready to
So
go.
am I. I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait. So let's get started.
Yes.
So you are the author of two books, including Get Hired, Innovative Strategies to Land Your Next Job and Advance Your Career. So what's one piece of leadership advice you've written about that you wish more women knew?
The advice is simple, that you don't need a title to lead.
Okay.
It was a former president of the US, John Quincy Adams, who said, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Many of us have we get bogged down by our titles rather than focusing on the contributions that we are making or on the contributions that we can make. And I find that happens a lot with us women in terms of minimizing the work that we are doing and focusing so much on the fact that, my goodness, I don't have a title as a director, but you are already doing the director's role. So that's one of the key pieces that I believe a lot of women should really start looking into. You don't need a title. You don't need a title to lead. You're already a leader.
Good advice. Very good
Mm.
advice. And your other book, the the one that was a Canadian bestseller,
Yes.
can you tell us a little bit about that book? I'm interested in learning a little bit more about it.
You want the long version or the short version?
Well, we only have a few minutes, so the short version.
Okay, good, good. Well, I wrote that book because as an immigrant myself,
Hmm.
and particularly around my husband coming here to Canada, not knowing anyone, and we thought, he was gonna get a job exactly like, he was doing. That wasn't the case. But I used his story and the stories of other new immigrants that I was meeting, as well as my own story, to say, to give people a guide, newcomers a guide in terms of how they can approach the job search process here. And the title came to me because I said that's what a lot of people were hearing. They don't have Canadian experience.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
of course, being Canadian, I just hooked on the A to it.
It's
And I think
appropriate.
probably that's why it became a bestseller. However, it was to chronicle our experiences and to let people know that yes, the pathway is not necessarily smooth, but you can get there if you're focused, if you surround yourself with positive people, people who are ready to support you.
Mhm.
If you do all that, you will make it. It might take a while, but you will make it. And that's pretty much what it is.
And it may be on a different path for them as well,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes,
They have to
absolutely.
be
Because
open to other
you
possibilities and opportunities.
you have to be open. Because even in my case, Sherry, I was in public relations back in Jamaica. And
Okay.
I came here. Well, I went, my route was I went to New York, got a job with the UN, and that's why I tell people about taking risks and not listening to people who tell you you can't.
Like you can't write a book, right?
Like you can't write exactly, exactly. And so, so you take your risks, but you get. I think I've lost my train of, train of thought. But anyway, the point though is that you can change careers. You don't necessarily. You might not end up being in the same doing the same things you were doing prior. But it's a land of opportunities.
Yes.
Probably if I had stayed back in my role in Jamaica, I would have been happy with a corner office. But
Right.
I got here and I realized,
Yeah.
wow, I can be an author. I can teach at a college. I can have my own business.
Exactly.
So that's it. The path does not necessarily have to be straight and linear.
Yes. I encountered that a lot in my last business that I had for 30 years. It was a HR business, and
Mhm.
we hired multiple people from different countries. One in particular was from Bosnia. He came over with an
Mhm.
engineering degree, and it wasn't the same. He couldn't find the same job, but he found another pathway, and he eventually became the plant manager of the North American facility that he was in. Do you know what I mean? So I think
There you go. Yes.
yeah, it's good advice to say, that it might not be what it looks like or how you want it to look. But I think even as women too, right, we have to be open to possibilities of what other things that might come up in our path, right? And look at them as
Absolutely.
opportunities and not obstacles. So
Exactly. And that's why you just have
yeah.
to be bold.
Yes,
You have to be
exactly. To
to
take
take
those
some
risks.
bold steps
Yeah,
because you never know where those steps might end up.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. This has been wonderful to
You're
talk to you.
welcome. Thank you so
And I
much.
can't wait to listen to and to be at your session on March the 6th.
Well, I can't wait. Now that I know it's March 6th, I had better start getting ready.
Yes, you should. So thank you for your time today, Daisy. I really appreciate it. And everybody out there, get ready to elevate your leadership game with the WXM Boldly Forward Leadership Learning Series. And starting on March 6th and running through December, this series is designed to ignite your potential, to push your boundaries, and drive you towards success. Join WXN and our master coaches in embracing growth, seizing opportunities, and leading with confidence. For more details, visit wxnetwork.com or follow the link below. Daisy, have a fabulous day. Everybody out there, have a fabulous day. And let's
Thank
all
you.
step
Thank you so
bold.
much, Lori,
Thank
and you
you.
too.
Thank you. And let's all step boldly forward into the future. Bye-bye.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.